Hi everyone, this is Who is Jesus Today. Hola mis amigos en Cristo. Vivían en Colombia, en el departamento de Cauca. Yes, I lived in Colombia in the department of Cauca. Yes, and that was some years going back now, but I just felt in my heart to update some of you out there about my travel experience. It was a mission. I could say it was outreach. It was adventure. It was a job that I had in education, and I ended up in the department of Cauca. Departamento de Cauca. Yeah, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about this because, it's important that, for me, that I am a woman that's led by the Spirit of God over what people want to say, sign me up for, or think that maybe I shouldn't go there, maybe I'm going to be at risk, and there's a risk just to go to your store and buy groceries and to get in your car and drive or to walk up a road. But there were some turn of events in my life where I ended up in the country of Colombia. Yes, and I did not have a lot of understanding about the region that I was going to be in until I began to look into it more. A lot of you are aware of the ongoing struggle in Colombia regarding FARC, the guerrilla activity throughout the history of this country, and there is this connection. For some of these problems are really relatable to issues within the United States as well as in Colombia. It's about demand and supply, isn't it? And you have the suppliers, you have the consumers. That's the relationship, yes. But we know of the history, the politics behind it. The issue is sin. Like any place else in the world, the gospel needs to be in the country of Colombia, like any other place. Just like in Washington, D.C., Washington State, Iowa, that's right, Connecticut. I don't have to go through the states, but I'm just calling them out because sometimes we will deem some places more, say, severe or dangerous, or maybe the need isn't as great as it is someplace else. But yeah, the needs are great in Colombia, but it is also great in, let's say, in Helsinki, Finland. People need Jesus there. Yes, I've heard some things about the nation of Finland and the city of Helsinki. I had a connection there with someone who used to share some things with me about it, okay, a Christian. So, yeah, sometimes we got some places thinking, oh, it's got to be calm there. No, but yeah, it is turbulent in the nation of Colombia. And, it's interesting because I've gone through school like a lot of you, and we've heard about the stories and the history of the Liberation Army and FARC and the politics there, and what gave rise to this type of movement. And instead of it being really beneficial for the people, so many thousands and thousands of lives were killed and missing, and the kidnappings are rampant, right? I felt to answer the call to go to a country, knowing that kind of history was prevalent. Again, it was a season in my life where I felt I got kind of thrust to make this decision to go there. And I was going to be in the field of education. And I was in Calca. And a lot of the young people that I came in contact with, their lives, their education had been so impacted generationally by, FARC. Okay, and I want to say that I'm aware and I've kept my eye on this, the dismantling of FARC over the years. This took place in 2015 with President Santos, the former president of Colombia at that time. And it seems there's been some progress, setbacks, and though FARC may have gotten a lot weaker, there's been other gangs that have come to rise. But I would have never in my life thought, even as a Christian, that I would have a burden, desire to pray for FARC to be also dismantled and that they would be free and saved. And I got to listen to one of the leaders of FARC. He comes from a Christian background and also an atheist background. I think he said that his dad, his papa, was atheist, but his mother, I believe, was a true Bible believing Christian, and he learned about God in his home as well. And I look at that man, I says, that man needs to come to Christ. And so I began to really believe that people that were leaving FARC, that were taking this step, that they need the gospel. And so I honestly don't think that I would be the one sent to this population again. I don't know. But right now I'm not really feeling that. But I'm opening this up because, I believe it was God's timing for there to be this breakthrough in this guerrilla army. One of the most prosperous and, say, longest running groups, okay, of this type of activity in the world. And so I just felt, people will run from them, but God, you want to run. You want those who will run to them. And I want to say now, I think I got some, say, a coverage I can put up that I found online, that there are people who are no longer in FARC. Of course, there are experienced some discrimination from the civilians, which is understood because of, not that it's, I think I used the wrong word. The people are still afraid, okay? And so they're not getting the opportunities that they need. So, they're not able to try and come back into society. And I believe that some of these people are coming to know about God. And so, I know this is a different kind of topic today, right? But they need the gospel. That's what I'm saying. Some of you strong men of God may feel led to take a trip to Colombia, to the region of Calca. Oh yeah, it is high risk. I'm thinking about in the book of Joshua in chapter 2, verse 2. Behold, men have come here tonight from the children of Israel to search out the country. Chapter 2 speaks about the spies that Rahab, the prostitute, hid because they came to search out the land. And I think that my trip to Colombia, say initially, I needed to spy out the land. I needed to carry this report in my heart and to share it as led. And I want to say you and give you a praise report, because God is sovereign. I didn't come under one attack in Colombia. I wasn't robbed. I wasn't kidnapped. I'm still here, thank God. I did not come and say at risk with any sexual abuse, attacks, or things of that nature. Thank God. And I was with a group of people too, so we had support. I also met some strong Christians, okay, in Calca. And yeah, I came across some strong people of God. And yes, so you'll find God's people everywhere. And I believe that God has a plan to intervene in those regions where there's still activity going on. But we have people now who says we've thrown down the weapons. We don't want to fight anymore. We're not anymore interested in fighting and hurting people. But we are feeling that we don't have the chance or the opportunity to be integrated again into society. That's what I meant by they're feeling discrimination because of their past, because of what they did. But I like to, sometimes these words are thrown around really quickly. The people don't have the trust yet, and it's understandable. But you know what? God can break through a whole lot of that. And so I just wanted to say that about them, and not to put all of say like the highlight about me going to that country, and to say that, well, look at me, I'm really like this, say, heroic a person. I had my seasons of being concerned as well, and afraid, and sometimes even saying, is someone trying to target me for, like, maybe, to take my bag or something, or my phone. There's a lot of, say, petty theft here and there. But overall, it was good. It was great. I enjoyed the people I was around, and I would encourage you to hold that in your heart and just see. God may want you to go there. I'll talk more about this later, but that's enough for now. I'll put up other videos. You can like and subscribe. Till next time, Shalom.